Have you ever noticed it? That subtle spark, that tiny flicker of electricity between you two, even when he doesn't say a word. You know the kind I mean, the moments when you catch him staring, and it feels like his eyes are reading every inch of you, memorizing you, but his lips stay perfectly quiet. And isn't it frustrating sometimes? Because women are wired to listen, to hear it in words, and yet his body is already doing all the talking. Have you felt that pull before, when your intuition screams, "Yes, he wants me," but your mind hesitates because nothing has been said out loud? That hesitation, oh, I know it well, but let me tell you a secret: men's bodies are brutally honest. They give it away in the smallest ways, how they lean towards you, how they linger a second too long in conversation, even how they mirror your movements without realizing it. It's chemistry in motion, and if you pay attention, you'll see it loud and clear. And here's the real magic: once you start noticing these signals, you stop guessing. You feel empowered. You feel wanted. And yes, it's undeniably sexy, because attraction isn't just about words, it's about energy, it's about touch. It's about that unspoken tension that makes your pulse quicken and your heart skip a beat. So today, I want to show you exactly how to read those hidden signals to catch what your intuition has been whispering this whole time. There are 6 signs that he won't say, "Kiss me," but his body already did. And by the end of this video, you'll see them, feel them, and understand the secret language of desire. Are you ready to unlock it? To see what he's really saying without him ever opening his mouth? Let's dive in, and trust me, you won't look at him the same way again. Let's start with something you can't ignore: his eyes. Have you ever caught him staring at you in a way that makes your heart skip? That moment when you lock eyes, and suddenly the world feels smaller, slower, almost like it exists only around the two of you. That's no coincidence. His eyes are speaking a language his lips aren't ready to say. You see, when a man is truly attracted, his gaze lingers, not awkwardly, not out of habit, but with intention. He's memorizing you, noticing the little things you don't even realize you're doing, how your lips curve when you laugh, the tilt of your head when you're curious, the way your hair falls over your shoulder. His eyes are drinking you in, silently, irresistibly, and yes, it's magnetic. And here's the thing most women miss: it's not just about duration, it's about intensity. Have you noticed his pupils dilate when he looks at you? That tiny detail, almost impossible to fake, is your body noticing desire long before his mouth admits it. There's an electricity in that gaze, a tension that makes your skin tingle. Even in a crowded room, he's finding you with his eyes, ignoring everyone else. Why? Because his body, and more importantly, his instincts are telling him, I want her, I notice her, I'm drawn to her. And here's where it gets even more intoxicating: he will often steal glances when he thinks you aren't looking. Ever felt that sudden warmth, that undeniable flutter in your chest? As if he's just touched you without touching. That's his eyes doing all the talking. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever caught him smiling in a way that's different from his normal smile? That soft, subtle curve that seems to say,
I can't stop thinking about you.
That's desire in action. It's not about words, it's about the way his body reacts to yours. And when you start paying attention to these signals, you realize that attraction isn't something he announces. It's something he projects through every subtle micro movement, every glance, every sparkle in his eye, every almost hidden smirk. And the most empowering part: once you learn to read this, you no longer need verbal confirmation to feel wanted. His eyes are giving you permission to feel seen, to feel desired, to feel irresistible. So the next time you catch him watching you, don't brush it off. Lean into it. Feel that lingering gaze, that unspoken tension. It's his body telling you exactly what you've already been hoping to hear. Eyes don't lie ever. And when his are fixed on you, alive with attention, curiosity, and yes, desire, you know without a doubt that his body is already speaking the words his lips haven't yet dared. Pay attention, watch carefully, and feel the power of being seen, noticed, and truly desired. Because this is the first step in understanding the language of his body, the silent, intoxicating, utterly irresistible language of attraction. Let's talk about something every woman notices, whether she admits it or not, the way a man touches you when he wants you. And I don't mean obvious over the top gestures. I'm talking about those small, subtle touches that linger just a fraction too long. The brush of his hand on yours as he hands you a cup of coffee. The playful nudge when you laugh at something silly. The gentle guiding hand on your back as you navigate through a crowded space. You might even catch yourself thinking, was that intentional? And the answer, almost always, is yes. His body is doing all the talking, because when a man is genuinely attracted, he will find reasons to touch you, even when he doesn't realize he's doing it. Have you noticed how some touches feel electric? That little spark that shoots straight to your chest, making your pulse quicken. That's desire. That's intention. And here's the key. It's not random. Every gesture, no matter how casual it seems, is designed by his subconscious to get closer to you. His body is craving connection, closeness, intimacy, even if his words are hesitant, even if he won't say, "Kiss me." Women often wait for men to verbalize their attraction, but attraction speaks loudest through touch. Have you felt that subtle lingering when he shakes your hand or pats your shoulder? Or maybe he brushes your arm during a laugh and doesn't pull away immediately. That hesitation, that's deliberate. That's desire in motion. And here's something fascinating. His touch isn't just physical, it's magnetic. It creates tension. It pulls you closer without him needing to say a single word. It's a silent conversation between bodies. You feel it, you notice it, you respond to it, and that's the unspoken dance of attraction. Think about it. Why do we remember the touch that lingers, the hand that grazes ours, the warmth of proximity? Because our bodies pick up signals our brains haven't even processed yet. His body is broadcasting interest even when his mouth stays quiet. And here's the empowering truth. Once you start noticing these small touches, you realize how much power you have in reading desire. You no longer need confirmation through words. You feel it in the warmth, the rhythm, the playfulness of his gestures. You feel it in the chemistry that builds between you two, subtle, magnetic, and undeniably sexy. So the next time you notice that accidental brush of his hand or the lingering contact that makes your pulse race, lean into it. Let yourself feel it. That touch isn't casual. That's his body speaking before his lips ever do. Because here's the reality. A man who wants you will find ways to touch you. Always. And when you notice it, feel it, and respond, oh, the game changes. You're no longer guessing. You're seeing, feeling, and owning the unspoken desire between you. And that is irresistibly sexy. Here's a subtle but powerful sign that often goes unnoticed: mirroring. And no, it's not something he's consciously doing to impress you. This is chemistry in motion, your bodies connecting on a level deeper than words. Have you ever noticed that when you shift in your chair, cross your legs, or even take a sip of your drink, he does the same thing almost immediately after? And it's not an exact copy, not a forced mimicry, it's instinctual. It's his body saying, I'm in sync with you. I feel you. I want to connect. That's mirroring, and trust me, it's one of the sexiest, most undeniable signs of attraction there is. Why is this so powerful? Because humans are wired to connect. When someone mirrors us, it creates a subtle sense of intimacy, a feeling of being understood without speaking. You might even notice it in smaller gestures, the tilt of his head when you tilt yours, the rhythm of his laughter matching yours, or the way he subconsciously echoes the tone of your voice. It's a dance happening without conscious thought, a magnetism you can feel in the pit of your stomach. And here's the thing, it's addictive. You start to feel drawn to him in a way that feels effortless, natural, almost fated. And think about this, why does mirroring happen? Because his body is telling the truth his mouth isn't ready to say. It's a silent declaration of interest, desire, and emotional alignment. He's physically showing you that he's paying attention, that he's present, that he wants to resonate with your energy. You can feel it even before you consciously recognize it, that tingle in your chest when he moves in sync with you. That subtle alignment, it's intimate, it's sexy, and it's magnetic. Now, imagine noticing this pattern consistently. It's not a one-time coincidence, it's a signal. He's emotionally tuned into you, responding to your energy, and mirroring isn't something he can fake. It's instinctual, and it reveals something you've probably been feeling all along. He's attracted to you. And here's where it gets even more empowering. Once you recognize this, you don't have to wait for him to verbalize desire. His body is already doing the talking. His mirroring gestures, his small alignments, the way he unconsciously echoes your movements, they're all saying, "I'm drawn to you, I notice you, I want to be closer." So next time you feel that pull, that unconscious alignment, lean into it. Notice it. Let yourself feel the chemistry that's building in ways words could never express. Because attraction isn't always verbal, it's kinetic, physical, and emotional. And when a man mirrors you consistently, that's his body's way of admitting desire before he ever speaks the words. Pay attention, trust your intuition, and let the power of being noticed, mirrored, and desired wash over you. That, my dear, is seductive. That, my dear, is undeniable. Let's talk about proximity, because nothing says desire more than the way a man physically positions himself around you. Have you noticed how some men just lean in? Not in an obvious, aggressive way, but subtly, naturally, almost without realizing it. It's that magnetic pull. He angles his body towards you in conversation. He closes the distance just enough that you feel the warmth of his presence, but never too much to be overwhelming. That, my dear, is a silent signal of attraction. When a man leans in, he's telling you something his words haven't yet dared to express. I want to be close to you. I notice you. You captivate me. Have you felt that before? The way your chest tightens ever so slightly when he inches closer during a laugh, or when he shifts in a chair to face you more fully. That small lean isn't random, it's a subconscious invitation. His body is drawing yours in, creating an unspoken connection, a rhythm between you two that feels electric. And it's not just physical, it's emotional. Leaning in is a man's way of showing he's invested, present, and completely absorbed in the moment with you. It's intimacy before intimacy. Now, think about crowded spaces. Why does he always find a way to orient himself towards you? Why does he close the gap even when there's plenty of room? It's not coincidence, it's chemistry in motion. He's creating closeness, tension, and connection all at once. And here's the subtle power behind it. It pulls you in too. Suddenly you're hyper aware of his presence, of the energy between you. Every lean, every subtle shift, every inch closer sends a message your mind recognizes instantly, even if your lips haven't heard the words yet. And this is where it gets incredibly sexy. Leaning in isn't just about proximity, it's about anticipation. That little push forward, that tiny encroachment into your space, makes your body respond before your brain can even process it. Your pulse quickens, your intuition buzzes, and suddenly every glance, every touch, every laugh becomes loaded with possibility. Women often wait for verbal confirmations of desire, but leaning in says it all. It's magnetic, it's teasing, and it's intimate in a way that words could never capture. So the next time you notice him leaning towards you, let yourself feel it. That closeness is intentional, subconscious, and undeniably real. His body is speaking louder than his mouth, telling you exactly what he's thinking and feeling. And when you recognize it, you step into power, you see the desire, you feel it, and you respond with awareness. Because attraction isn't always spoken. Sometimes it's a lean, a shift, a small movement that ignites everything between you. That, my dear, is electric. That, my dear, is the language of desire. Let's dive into one of the most telling, most electric signs of attraction, his physical reactions to you. Have you ever been near him and felt it before he even speaks? That subtle shift in his posture, that quickening of his breath, the tiny smile that spreads across his face when your eyes meet. These are not coincidences. They are his body responding to you, his desire manifesting before words can ever catch up. Attraction starts in the body first, and when a man is truly interested, it shows everywhere, from the way he stands to the way he moves around you. Think about it. Have you ever noticed the micro changes when you walk into the room? Maybe he straightens up, subtly adjusts his clothing, or unconsciously leans a little closer. His movements become purposeful, almost magnetic witut him realizing it. And that, my dear, is a powerful signal. Women often wait for words, for him to say the obvious, but desire doesn't need verbal permission. It's expressed physically. His body is telling you everything you need to know. I'm drawn to you. I'm noticing every detail. I want to be closer. And the way his reactions intensify when you laugh, smile, or move, that's chemistry in motion. Have you felt it, the way his energy changes when you're near? Maybe his voice drops a fraction lower, or he laughs differently around you. Maybe his movements slow down just enough to match yours, as if your rhythm unconsciously dictates his. That is desire acting before thought. That is attraction manifesting physically, and it's seductive, intoxicating, and incredibly honest. No lies, no pretenses, just raw, unspoken interest conveyed through subtle physical cues. And here's the thing, when you start paying attention to these reactions, you begin to see the truth clearly. You don't have to guess. The quickened pulse when he's near, the small tension in his shoulders, the energy in his gaze, all of it is his body speaking volumes. These reactions are not random, they are signals of want, attention, and emotional engagement. And recognizing this gives you power. You don't wait for words. You feel the attraction, you feel the desire, you own the chemistry. So the next time you notice his body reacting, maybe he leans in, maybe he laughs harder at your jokes, maybe he pauses just a moment longer near you, don't ignore it. Lean into it. Let yourself feel it. That, my dear, is his body saying what his lips haven't yet. It's desire, it's attention, it's magnetic, and it's irresistible. Pay attention, because this is one of the most honest ways a man shows interest, through every subtle movement, every instinctive reaction, every pulse and breath that reacts to your presence. That, my dear, is undeniably sexy. That, my dear, is the silent confession of attraction you've been waiting for. Now, let's get into one of the most subtle yet irresistible signs of attraction, how he plays with distance. Have you noticed it? That push and pull, that delicate dance of closeness and space that feels magnetic without him saying a word. He might lean in during conversation, closing the gap just enough to make your pulse quicken, and then, almost teasingly, step back, leaving you wanting more. That's not accidental. That's desire in motion. That's his body speaking a language his lips haven't yet dared to utter. Why is this so captivating? Because tension creates attraction. When a man alternates between closing in and holding back, it keeps you on edge, aware, craving more. Every lean, every subtle retreat is a signal. I'm interested, I'm intrigued, I want to connect, but I'm also letting you feel the pull of desire. It's a dance of chemistry, and your intuition picks up on it before your brain can even process it. Have you felt that flutter in your stomach when he steps closer, just long enough to make you notice, and then steps away? That, my dear, is pure unspoken attraction. And here's the beauty, it's instinctual. Men who are drawn to you will unconsciously adjust their distance to match their feelings. He'll stand close enough to create intimacy, but far enough to keep the tension alive. It's subtle, sexy, and magnetic. And when you notice it, it's empowering. You realize that attraction doesn't always need words. His body is negotiating a connection, expressing desire, and creating a magnetic pull without ever saying, I want you. Have you caught yourself leaning in without thinking, subconsciously responding to that push and pull? That's chemistry at work. That's your body recognizing his desire before his mouth confirms it. Here's the thing, women often overlook this because we're trained to wait for verbal confirmation. But the truth is, desire is physical first, emotional second, and verbal only comes later. When a man plays with distance, he's giving you signals that you can trust. He's saying, I'm drawn to you, I'm intrigued, I'm aware of you in a way that matters. And the more you pay attention, the more empowered you become. You start to read his body language like a secret code. You begin to understand his unspoken desire, and suddenly, you're no longer guessing, you're experiencing the pull, the tease, the anticipation firsthand. So the next time you notice him leaning in, just enough to make your pulse race, and then stepping back, don't ignore it. Lean into the chemistry. Feel the tension. Let yourself be seduced by the subtle dance his body is performing. That push and pull is more honest than words. that push and pull is magnetic. And that push and pull is a silent confession of his desire, one that you can feel, understand, and respond to. Because when a man plays with distance, it's not just attraction, it's a promise of more, a tease of intimacy, and an unspoken declaration he wants you completely before he even dares to say it. So let's take a moment and reflect. 6 signs, 6 undeniable ways his body is already speaking the words his lips haven't yet dared to say. His eyes don't lie, they linger, they memorize, they reveal desire before he even thinks to speak. He finds excuses to touch you, those subtle electric brushes that make your pulse race and your mind notice what your heart already knows. He mirrors you, aligning instinctively with your movements, your rhythm, creating intimacy without a single word. He leans in, subtly closing the distance, drawing you in closer with every small shift, igniting anticipation and connection. He reacts physically to you, every micro expression, every adjustment, every instinctive gesture screaming attraction. And finally, he plays with distance, that intoxicating dance of closeness and pull, teasing you, keeping the tension alive, making your heart flutter with possibility. Here's the truth you need to hold on to. Attraction isn't always verbal. Men often let their bodies speak before their lips catch up. And the more you tune in, the more empowered you become. You don't have to guess. You don't have to wait. You can feel it. You can own it. You can recognize desire, respond to it, and step into the magnetic energy that already exists between you. So here's what I want you to do the next time you notice these signs. Lean into them. Feel the chemistry, trust your intuition, and allow yourself to be seen and desired. And remember, being aware of these signals doesn't just make you attractive, it makes you powerful, confident, and irresistible. If this resonated with you, make sure to subscribe, drop a comment sharing which sign you've noticed the most, and really take a moment to reflect on the subtle ways attraction is showing up in your life. Because when you understand the language of his body, you hold the keys to connection, desire, and intimacy, and that, my dear, is utterly magnetic.